All right, welcome back. So today we're going to talk about something that is going to be a bit controversial, something that might even give you a little bit of cognitive dissonance. I'm going to say something that kind of goes against the grain when it comes to law of assumption. And I'm going to speak from my personal experience because this is something that really has screwed me up over the years when it comes to not getting what I want, when it comes to manifestation. If I stopped doing this, I could have sped run manifestation in many ways. It could have been like a Mario Kart 8 time trial. I could have held world records when it comes to manifesting incredibly quickly if I just followed today's advice in today's video. And I think the reason why I didn't follow today's advice in today's video is because the law of assumption coaches in this community, they tend to actually popularize the other part of this. They're on the opposite side of me. So today's video, I'm sure you've seen the title. Today's video is about stop jumping from technique to technique and just lock in for one technique. Just lock into one technique only. Just use one technique and lock in for it for about a month. And today, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a challenge, a 30-day challenge as well in today's video. Too many of you are following this trap. You fall into this trap of you find a popular technique that actually does work. You do it for about a week, maybe 10 days. It doesn't work. You don't see any movement. And again, you're not supposed to look at movement because again, looking for movement equals looking at the 3D. You're not supposed to look at the 3D. You're not supposed to worship the 3D. That's a false god. What you're supposed to do in your head is lock in your head and change who you are in your head. But because you haven't seen movement in the last 10 days, you jump to another technique. And over time, you jump from technique to technique to technique. All the popular techniques that actually work, you essentially said they don't work because you didn't actually do them properly. And what actually happens is you eventually go into some dark web Reddit or account or something, and you find a technique that maybe has at best 2 testimonials. And you're like, I'm going to try this technique. And for the first couple of days, it's going to feel new to you and you're going to be like, oh, this is working. And then around the 3rd or 4th day, you're going to give up on the technique, be like, I've been doing this for 4 days. It hasn't worked. Well, that one actually might not work because again, that is a technique that no one really even knows of. It's just some random guy on Reddit that is just saying it works. And all the popular techniques, you already essentially built a resume up that they don't work. So if you're someone who is jumping from technique to technique, just remember that you are building a resume of everything that doesn't work for you. It is a negative resume. You are basically giving a resume to the manager saying, I can't show up to work on time. I'm going to shit on your desk on the day one. I have explosive diarrhea and it's going to keep me in the washroom the entire day. I come to work stoned on weed and fentanyl. Who's going to take that resume? So today we're going to talk about that. Today we're going to talk about don't jump technique to technique, and I'm going to help you guys with that. And today's video is going to be a little bit contradictory to other law of assumption coaches and other law of assumption advice that you may have heard from other coaches. But yeah, before this video starts, make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure that you are liked and subscribed to this channel. If you do want to have 1 month coaching with me, you can check the bottom link in the description down below at school.com. It is a full month. I actually removed the annual pack because again, the annual pack, I don't want you to stay there for a full year. But if you want to stay there for a full month in this group chat, you can have full access to me for a full month. Just read the, terms of services and everything. And you can have coaching with me for a full month. It is a great price. It's a great deal, really, a full month. And I can really help you guys manifest. And I can actually keep you in check when it comes to techniques. So check that out if you want to have coaching with me. It is the bottom link in the description down below at school.com. So let's get into the video. So when it comes from techniques to techniques, I kind of already said the meat of it is that you're building a resume up of everything that is a failure. And this is actually destroying the power within you. You're going to now waver and you're going to have so much more resistance because you're building it up. You are essentially building up fat. No, not muscle, fat. You're building up fat when it comes to the manifestation techniques. This is not good. You're not supposed to be doing this. You are destroying your power and you're screwing this up for yourself. So what I personally would highly recommend is you scrap the resume. You completely rip the resume up and you start from scratch. Completely ignore everything. And when I mean ignore everything, I literally mean ignore everything. I mean not only your personal experience when it comes to manifesting, especially the negative part, maybe you can keep the positive part, but also ignore the advice you hear. People who say, oh, robotic affirmations don't work, or you have to be in the person and just be like all this stuff, just ignore it. Go back to the most basic popular technique. For myself, it's robotic affirmations, but if you look at the community, it is either robotic affirmations or some sort of visualization. Stay with these techniques. Pick one of these two. You can even pick both. You can do a mixture of both. You can robotically affirm and hold like a slight image in your head while you're robotically affirming. Whatever helps you. You can choose a mixture of the both, but just pick one of these two. Ignore everything else. Ignore the 35 by 35, 33 method, talking to my water, the O method, the scripting method. Like, ignore all of that. We're done with that. I'm telling you right now, just get to the basics. The basics is either robotic affirmations, because that is one side of the turf war, or visualization, which is the other side of the turf war. It's like Team Black versus Team Green in House of the Dragon right now. It is like that toxic in the community. But just pick one. Just pick a side already. And what you're going to do is I want you to lock in for 30 days with this. Do not even look at the 3D for 30 days. Do not dwell in the 3D. Live in the 3D, but do not dwell in the 3D for 30 days. I want you for 30 days. I feel like I'm David Goggins right now. I want you for 30 days to lock into one technique and do not waver in this technique, and do not even think even a little bit that you were going to jump another technique. You're going to jump to another technique. You're going to bounce to another technique like your Bonnie Blue. No, you're not going to do that. I want you for 1 month, lock in on one technique and lock in on not wavering and not thinking about the 3D and not thinking about another technique. Because guess what? If you're thinking about another technique or possibly trying to change your technique, this is wavering. Because guess what? Your goal is to manifest, or your goal is to align your thoughts to manifest. What does that mean? Well, that means you need to ask yourself the question, what thoughts would I be having if I already received my desire? And if you've already received your desire, you would not be asking yourself, should I change my technique to manifest my desire? I thought you already had your desire. You've been saying this entire time you have your desire, but now you're going to change your technique to manifest. So you don't have your desire, do you? There's your dominant story. That is who you are. You only manifest who you are. That is who you are. So I want you for 1 month to give up on jumping from technique to technique, because thinking about jumping from technique to technique or thinking about changing techniques, it is a form of wavering. And wavering is the only thing you can do. So for 30 days, pick one technique. I personally would just pick robotic affirmations, just robotically affirm, saturate your mind, put your mind in some just whip the crap out of your mind like it's a slave, BDSM gear it, just do anything to your mind. Saturate their mind. I personally would just do robotic affirmations, mixture with a little bit of visualization here and there, or you can do visualization if you're not a robotic affirmations person. Totally fine. I'm not here to judge. But yeah, lock in for 1 month. 1 month. If you do pick the robotic affirmations technique for 1 full month, and again, I mean 1 full month. I'm not talking about half a month. I'm not talking about change half a month. I'm talking about 1 full month. You don't give a crap about what the 3D says. You don't give a crap about changing techniques. 1 full month, you just do one technique. But whatever technique you choose, I want you to, again, I'll personally do robotic affirmations. If you do pick robotic affirmations, what you should do is robotically affirm throughout the day. Again, multiple times a day, basically whenever you can, free time, dwell on a new story. And at times, I want you to do the intruder technique or the interview technique, where throughout the day, every now and then, you ask yourself the question, or you imagine someone asking you the question, do you have your desire? And see what answer is more natural to you, the old story or the new story. I just want you guys to do that throughout the day so you can see if it's actually working. If you're doing visualization, same thing. if you're visualizing you holding your SP or you're holding the money, throughout the day, I want you to interview yourself and ask yourself the question, or someone else asking you the question in your imagination, of course, not in real life. Do you have your desire? And if the answer is the old story, then you still need to continue doing visualization and you still need a lot more work to do. If the answer is a new story first, then you're on track and just keep going. But I want you to do that for a full month. I don't want you to watch any of my videos for a full month. I don't want you to watch any other videos for a full month. Put your phone down if you need to. Just lock in for a full month. Do not watch my videos. Do not look at the 3D. Do not dwell in the 3D. Do not dwell in the old story, and do not think about changing the techniques even a little bit. Do not, even if you think about changing your techniques, don't do it. Don't change the technique. I don't care. I don't care if it's been 2 weeks and you didn't get it. Lock in. Okay, people have gotten their things on the third week. Like me, I get most of my stuff on the third week. But lock in. Lock in for full month. I want a full month of you being like, I have this in my hand right now. I have this, I have this, I have this, I have this. A full month. I think there's something in my nose. Don't change the technique. Lock in on this technique for a full month. Do not change the technique at all, because if you waver in the technique of changing the technique, that is wavering. You're not supposed to do that. So that's my point in today's video. Do not change the technique. Again, pretty contradictory to many manifestation coaches. I'm sure this video is not going to be the most positively received on Reddit and other pages, but I don't really care, because personally, I wish I told myself to just lock in on one technique instead of building a resume up of complete crap. So yeah, that's my advice to you. Lock in on one technique for a full month. 30 days, that's the challenge. 30 days, it is a challenge. 30 days lock in. And we're almost at the end of July while I'm recording this video, so you can do this the entire month of August. So yeah, lock in on one technique, point of today's video. But outside of that, if you do want to have coaching with me, if this video didn't help you at all and you want to have more help with me, well, you can get one full month of coaching with me where I reply to you as many times as I can throughout the entire month. You can check that out at the bottom of the description at skool.com. SKOOL. You can get coaching with me for a full month at skool.com. And it is a great deal because you're literally there you're there with me for a full month. So yeah, check that out. But yeah, make sure to like and subscribe and all that stuff as well. And yeah, bye.